Good morning, everyone. It's the 12th of 2021, and this morning we have the pleasure of having with us Irma Guzman from Ecuador. She's a great and good friend of all of us, and she's a very good professional. So thank you, Irma, for your time, your availability, and everything else.
Thank you, Jaime. Thank you for inviting me, and thank you for your patience, because I remember you wanted me to participate last year, but I was hooked with so many classes that it was impossible. So I'm happy to be here, and I'm happy to meet with colleagues who have become friends as a president who lives in Canada.
we will travel to Canada for the opening of our association.
Yeah, sure, why not? There is Roxana.
Most welcome, most welcome.
Yeah,
Okay, and by the
Canada.
way, thank you, Raj, Luis Bermudez, Janet Vargas, Isabel Mera, Roxy Tenorio, Santiago Vargas, and Suninda Borja here in the Zoom audience, and the people who are following us in Facebook Live. As usual, let me share my screen and make say something about today's presentation. As usual, these international meetings are organized by Jaime Cajima, teacher trainer, which is me, but thanks to the Zoom account given to me by the University of Piura. So since we are going to talk about playing with words, Raj, could you please read this quote and tell me what you think about it?
Children need the freedom and time to play. Play is not a luxury, it's a necessity. I think if we're not playing, not having fun, I'm not sure there's a lot of room.
Yes, that's true. Luis Bermudez in Ecuador, please, could you read out the next quote?
Okay, sorry. Play is our brain's favorite way of learning. Yeah, of course, because when we are having fun, we want we learn like unconsciously. Okay, yeah. So when we can put those two things together, it's wonderful.
Yes,
it makes
thank you.
More enticing.
Yeah, thank you so much, Luis. Roxy in Lima, Peru. Next one.
Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning. We don't stop playing because we grow old. We grow old because we stop playing. So I am a child.
Well, let me tell you, Roxana, I'm a baby. I'm a baby. Well, let me tell you, Roxana,
Definitely.
I am a real young baby.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me remind you that all the webinars are, thank God, in YouTube channel, Jaime Cajima Teacher Trainer. So if you want to watch them or watch yourself or listen to friends and colleagues, you can watch this channel. Now, who is presenting soon? Our good friend Tania Cajamarca from Ecuador too. Do you know her, Irma?
No, I haven't had the pleasure.
Okay, you will. She will be talking about effective tools to promote reading in the classroom. And then we will have another roundtable, the fifth one, coordinators and directors of lengua inglesa programs from different universities will be talking about teaching English in Latin America. We will have Mercelinda Ortiz from Guatemala, Maria Teresa from Bolivia, Andrea Scanetti from UNAJUR, Argentina, and also Gladys Arias from Universidad Santo Tomás from Colombia, and José Obando from Universidad Técnica del Norte from Ecuador, and Marco Aparicio, sorry I don't have his photograph yet, from Benemérita Universidad Autónoma de Puebla, Mexico. Such a long name, but beautiful name, beautiful university, I'm sure of it. And then we will have Jose Lobo, Lobito, as we usually call him, from Colombia. He will be talking about communicative competence, past and current perceptions. And finally, our good friend, the treasurer of our association, Roxy Tenorio, is mindset more important than techniques? I hope you have the answer, Roxy, by Sunday.
In the process. I am in the process.
Okay, and today, as I say at the beginning, We have our good friend Ilka, Irma Guzman from Ecuador. Irma has worked in the educational field at numerous prestigious educational institutions and universities as a teacher trainer, program administrator, and professor of masters and TEFL certificate programs for over 25 years, just a small amount of time. She has also been involved in international educational development by national agreements between Ecuadorian and universities abroad. She holds a master's degree in TESOL and administration of bilingual programs. She also has a BA in psychology, and she's a clinical psychologist. So if one of us has a clinic or clinical problem or whatever, something happens in our mind, she is the one. She's currently a member of the academic committee at Universidad Católica de Guayaquil and Universidad Casa Grande in both. They are graduate schools, supervising and revising research in the master's program at both universities. She's the CEO and founder of Experimental Mundo, in which she shares her wide experience in exchange programs and establishing international agreement worldwide. The most important title you have is that you are a wonderful human being, Irma. So welcome to our international meetings. Thank you for your time and thank you for sharing your expertise with all of us. So let's give her a round of, I don't know, what do you call this?
Waving hands, waving hands.
Waving hands, which is, thank you, Jaime. Thank you.
No,
I
thank
really
you.
I really appreciate everything that you said. Don't be impressed. That means that I have been working too much. That's all. Okay, let me share my presentation and we can start. I think it's working. It's coming. We have to be patient with technology.
Yes, yes, of course.
Mhm. Yes, we have to be patient with technology, and I think it's coming. There we go. Okay, now I can see my screen, but I don't see most of you, so I'm going to be using the word of volunteers. Okay, so the title is Playing with Words, and I'm glad, Jaime, you included some of the pictures and motivational phrases with the verb to play, because that's something that we're going to do. So that's good energy. I hope you have your 2 cups of coffee like I have, one to get me out of the bed and the other one to really wake me up. And what I'm going to do today, it's not a lecture, okay? It's not something, you know, kind of a official lecture type. My goal with you is to share activities related to words. Now, when you listen words, most of the time, we relate to something that we all know, which is vocabulary, okay? So we have different kinds of vocabulary, and let's talk about a little bit first. Why is it important? Bottom line, we need words to make sentences, to express our ideas, to express our feelings, to share our feelings, to present cases, to participate in academic scenarios, different ways. With the vocabulary, we need to, or we work and we are able to develop the other skills that we all know: reading comprehension, listening, speaking, writing, spelling, and also pronunciation. Vocabulary, I agree, is the main tool for students to learn English or to learn any language, but also to be confronted with the ways the native speakers use the words, and of course, being more comfortable when they listen or when they watch a movie or a TV or something on the internet. Teaching vocabulary, developing vocabulary is crucial. because like I said, bottom line, we need the words. So what are we going to do today? And that's related to what I just said. This is not going to be a lecture, okay? This is going to be a sharing of activities, exercises. It is going to be also learn by doing. So that means that you are going to work. I'm going to make you work. I'm going to make you play. And let's see what we can create from there. Okay?
Okay.
So we're going to work with a very specific particular vocabulary that I'm going to present in the next slide. Like I said, we're going to play and work with the sounds of these words. We're going to make sentences. Hopefully, we're going to practice and do exercises trying to put together the sentences in a very funny situation, and why not even creating a joke. And at the end, hopefully, we are going to see another options of working and developing vocabulary until the moment that we can create our own rhymes. Okay, so ready to play?
We guess so, we guess so.
Okay, now, the particular vocabulary that we're gonna work first in the first section of this workshop are homophones. Now, why homophones? I don't know if this experience has happened to you, but along my years of teaching, I never found a list of homophones or a book that taught or included homophones in my textbook that I'm supposed to be working with my students. Of course, now I can find it in the internet. You can find all the lists that you want, and you can be amazed of how many words in English are homophones. And I strongly believe that we need to include homophones in our classes to help our students to stop being confused. Because most of the time, for example, if I say, please spell the word orange, the student can come and say what orange means, the fruit or the color, because for them it's two different things, but we know that it's written in the same way. So that kind of confusing, and some of the reactions that my students, teenager and adult levels, they had with this kind of words, helped me to think and reflect that we need to include homophones as part of our classes, okay? Now, just in case, what are homophones? Or even homographs or homonyms, like that's another word that you can find if you go to Google. These are words that may sound the same, but they have different meanings and they have different spelling. Homophones are pronounced in the same way, but spelled not necessarily in the same way, which are homographs. So we have homophones with the same sound, different spelling, different meaning, and we have homographs with the same spelling, maybe the same pronunciation or a little bit different in some of the words, but all of them, both of them with different meanings. Isn't that crazy?
It is.
And that's what happens with our students. And that's why it's important, and that's why I wanted to share with you this workshop, okay? Now
Okay.
you have two examples in there, like the word rose, like the orange example that I use. Rose, it can be the flower, or it can be the past tense of the verb to rise, two different meanings. And also with the word book, okay? It's one of the first vocabulary words that we teach, a book. You open your book, it's something to read. But along the years, booking, it can be also of scheduling something. You can book a room in a hotel, you can book your plane ticket, it's making a reservation, okay? So in case That's something that I always like to do, include something like believe in yourself. And I'm playing with the animal be and believe, which is the verb. Now, just in case you haven't worked with homophones, this is an alternative, okay? Before that, I need you to have in hand a pen or a pencil or a notebook, a piece of paper, because I'm going to be asking you to write your own words and sentences and maybe create something later on, okay? Keep in mind, we're going to work with homophones first. So try to remember the sound of the words, okay? And I'm going to show you, I'm going to model you with some examples that I created, that I have practiced with, so you can have a guide if this is the first time that you're going to be including homophones in your classes, okay? But don't forget your notebook, okay? Now, I can have an exercise like this one. Very popular, very common. It's a filling in exercise, simple sentences, okay? So I can just take out one of the words that I want them to realize that it's going to be different. Like, for example, I'll tell the cat to shoe. And then my shoelace broke. Then I can say I have $8 left and we ate dinner at the new restaurant. I always include those kind of small pictures because of my visual learners and because I enjoy them myself. So that's something that I do. After practicing those sentences, what you need to do, what I have done, is to help them, the students, realize by asking which words sound the same. And most of them, they will come with eight and shoe and shoe. They sound the same, but do you write them in the same way? No. Number 8, we know that we have a spelling, specific spelling. 8 is the past tense of eat, so it's different. And the shoe that we say to the cat, shoo, shoo, go away, okay, is way different from the word about your shoelace, because different, but they sound the same, okay? So those are the first simple homophones that you can play with. Let's try another one. And this is going to be the mechanics, okay? I'm going to be showing you some sentences, include some of the pictures, and you're going to try to guess. Let's go to the next slide, okay? Now, you have in here 4 sentences. Take a minute to read and guess what are the words that we're going to be using that sound the same but mean totally different meaning, okay? And this time I'm going to hear somebody from the audience, or if you can use the chat, that can also be doable. Anybody ready? Who would like to do the first one?
Anybody who's present in the audience, please? Ricardo of Peru, go on.
Okay, first of all, I want to say thank you for your time. And I want the first one, it could be he will pay the bill. He will pay the bill.
Okay, he will pay the bill. That's another one. Yeah. And can you think in another word that may sound the same with something that we're going to use in the next sentence? There is the symbol. Can you relate? It's not an exam, so it's okay to make mistakes, okay? We're just guessing.
I saw the picture in the newspaper.
I saw the picture in the newspaper, but then the picture and the pay the bill will not match.
Me?
Did this picture
Please.
help you? Uh-huh.
I will add the bill. I saw the ad in the newspaper.
Okay. Or you can say he will up the bill. He will add up the bill, like adding up, making the sum.
Adding up.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
And then I saw the ad in the newspaper.
He will.
Uh-huh. How do you write the second ad? How do you
I
spell
saw
it?
the ad ADD.
Right. And the first one?
I will add one. Add. I don't know. AD.
AD. So it's only one D and the second one is double D, which is a spelling. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So this is the mechanics if you're introducing the homophones into your students. So perfect. Thank you. And don't worry about making mistakes. This is a guessing game. Okay. It's a guessing game. What about the other two sentences? What can you relate that may sound the same, but also can complete the sentences?
She likes to walk barefooted, B-A-R-E. The grizzly, B-E-A-R, came near the camp.
Yes, perfect. Okay. She likes to walk barefooted and the grizzly bear came near the camp. And there you have at, bear, with different meanings. Okay. So let's continue.
Excuse me, how do you spell the first? She likes to walk bare. How do you spell that?
Barefooted, barefooted, B-A-R-E-D, barefooted, with no shoes.
Okay.
Okay. And the other one is the bear, the animal, B-E-A-R.
Okay, thank you very much.
Uh-huh. All right. Okay. I hope you're taking notes about the words that we're using because we're going to work with them. Okay. All right. Let's with another format of the mechanics. Here you have on the left the sentences and on the right you have the words, the homophones. Okay. I'll give you a minute so you can complete the sentences. Whoever is ready, you can jump in and then, you know, just complete the first sentence if you want to.
I got number one.
Okay,
Hello.
go.
He blew out the candles on the cake.
Aha, yes. He blew out the candles of the cake. Good.
And the sky is blue.
Perfect. Perfect. Yes, perfect. He blew out the candles of the cake and the sky is blue. Is the two in the middle, right? Blue and blue sound exactly the same. Two different words, two different meanings. One is a color, the other one is a verb. Okay, and the last two?
He wore a belt around his waist. Don't waste the food.
Don't waste the food.
Waste and waste.
Waste and waste. Yes.
Yes.
The first waste, W-A-I-S-T, goes with the first one. And the waste of wasting time or wasting food in the last one. Okay. Now, most of the time when I'm teaching or working with this vocabulary, if they come to a word that they don't know, like waste, I always put my hands around my waist. It's like, okay, this is the waist. Okay. When I was younger, it was, you know, closer my hands. Now it's like I need more space for my waist. But again, is to play with the students. All right. Let's continue with another slide. Oh, part of the slide. I love that because it says, I love you very much. Okay. Cherry, it's a substitute for very much, but it's a way that you can twist and then you can play with the words. Okay. You can change the words according to what you want to say. All right. Here is another one. Okay. Now, a little bit challenge. See how I've been going from simple with pictures, completing the sentences, and now you only have the sentences. Again, try to think in the sound that will complete the sentences, even though they're totally different, you know, words. Anybody? That's okay.
For the
you need-
first,
Uh-huh.
for the first, I believe it might be which houses for sale.
Okay, which house is for
Talking about the
sale?
relative clause and not the which the noun could be.
Okay, which house? Yes, that's another one. That's a very good example of homophones, which and which.
I
The-
think I
Yeah.
get it.
Okay, but maybe not the one, but it's a perfect sentence. But maybe we need to find another one that it's the homophone. Somebody else was saying.
There is
Ilka.
there is somebody in the audience, XAM. I don't know who he or she is. She has written the right answer in the chat. Could you please, XAM, speak up, please?
XAM.
Yeah, I
Hello,
don't know.
good morning. Yeah.
Hello.
You said,
What's your
Max,
name?
it's
Max.
actually Max.
Ah, interesting. XAM, Max. all the way around. Okay, so go on, Max.
I just said that the first one might be our house is for sale, and the second one, it will take 1 hour to do the job.
Mhm.
Yes, perfect, perfect. Thank you. But the person who said which, that's another one, okay? Because you were playing with the two words, which and which, you know, asking like, which house is it? And then the lady that flies on the broom. But for this exercise, this is exactly what I was looking for. Our house is for sale and I will take 1 hour to do the job. Perfect. Okay, what about the next two sentences?
The flour had a pretty scent. The recipe called for 2 cups of flour.
Of course, yes, the flour, okay, something that we smell, and then something that we need in order to make a cake, yeah. Different spelling, yes. Different meaning, same sound, okay? Let's do one more slide, and I really hope that you're taking notes of some of the homophones. What could that be? Okay, take a minute. I'm answering the chat. Okay, anybody guessing?
Anyone in the audience? Janet?
The
Max?
first one may be a little bit of a challenge, especially if you're not into the cooking.
The second one is what time does the movie start? But the first one, I don't know.
Uh-huh. What time does the movie start? So
Yeah.
what sounds and you use for cooking?
Time is
Uh-huh.
yeah, the salt and
Like the spice time, TY,
Uh-huh. There. There.
What?
You were guessing.
the spice, the
This one.
TYME.
Uh-huh. And the other one is the time does the movie start. Perfect.
Nice.
Yes.
How do you spell the spice?
T-A. Okay, go ahead, Raj.
TYME.
T-Y-M-E.
T-Y-A-A-M-A-E. Time.
T-Y-M.
Okay.
Time.
Time.
The time.
Okay.
Uh-huh. And that's a spice for cooking. And the other one is the time. What time does it start? Very good. Very good. Okay. And the last two.
I can do that one. The barber cuts his hair, H-A-I-R, too short. The hare, H-A-R-E, hopped across the field.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes. Okay. Sounds time, hair. Sounds exactly the same. All right. Now, most of these homophones are two words, but you will be surprised that in English, we have what I call triplets. We have 3 words that sound the same. Okay? You have in here 2 sentences. So I'm gonna let you guess the third one. Okay? Maybe the second sentence will give you
That's easy.
the hint. Yes, that's easy. Okay, let's go for it.
Yeah.
The second one.
The perfume has a nice scent, S-C-E-N-T. A piece of
Right.
bubble gum used to cost 1 cent, C-E-N-T.
Okay, so if we're playing with the scent of a perfume and the scent a penny, okay, which word may be the third that sounds the same?
The verb send past.
Yes, yes, yes. They sent a letter to her mother. Okay, and then you have your triplets. So we go from 2 words to 3 words, and English has a lot. Okay, now let's see if we can guess. I'm only showing you the first sentence. There are 2 more sentences, but I'm sure you can guess.
May I?
Sure, go ahead.
Right. So in this case, it's the number 2. She needs
Mhm.
$2.
Okay, so
She needs $2 too.
okay,
Yeah,
or
and yeah, there
okay,
you go.
right. There you
Preposition.
have. Mhm.
Yep.
And actually, you have 4 words with this one, like the
Yeah,
example
okay.
that you provided, with the one that we put the comma and it's at the end of the sentence, like I'm hungry too, which is the same of the third one. He has too many problems, all right? But those are the triplets that we may found with the same sounds. And that's why the students are confused. You change only 1 letter and you have a total different word with the same pronunciation, and we're asking them to read and to write. And that's exactly one of the reasons I decided to present the homophones, because at the same time, through the homophones, through the guessing of the words, you're working spelling and writing. And that's what we're supposed to be doing, right? Tricking our students in a good way so we can make them work without saying, okay, now it's writing. Now, just in case you have in there other triplets, okay? 1 volunteer for reading the list of the triplets, please.
Anyone, please? No one?
Nobody wants to read? That's okay. That's okay. All right. That's fine.
The first one, how much did the baby weigh?
Okay. How much did the baby weigh? Which one? The first, the middle, or the last one?
The middle.
The middle. How much did the baby weigh? Okay, so how many pounds? I mean, are you having a big baby, a heavy baby, or not? Now, the second one.
The payment for the car is due.
The payment for the car is due. Which one?
The
first
last
Third one.
The last one.
The
Okay.
third one, yes.
The third one, okay, the payment of the car is due. Another context for due is when we ask, you know, the pregnant lady, when are you due? When is the baby due? Okay, that means it's like, when are you gonna do it? When the baby's gonna come out. Okay, the next sentence, please.
He asked her to marry him.
Perfect. He asked her to marry him. Which one? The first, the second, or the third one?
The second.
The second one. Okay, yeah, very important. Very important not to make mistakes in that spelling. He
Excuse
asked her-
me.
Yes.
Sorry, Irma. What's your name? SJ.
Salvador.
Thank you. Nice to meet you, Salvador. Welcome.
Nice to meet you. Thank you.
Thank you, Salvador, for participating. Okay, so he asked her to marry him. Okay, and the last sentence, please.
The boat sailed out to sea.
The boat sailed out to sea, which is in the middle one, right?
In the
To
middle one,
ocean.
yes, that's right.
Right, out to the ocean, out to the ocean. Okay, Perfect. Now, another way to present it, it's finishing the sentence in with the two words that you provide. So you're asking the students to recognize which is the correct one. And sometimes you can trick your students by including a picture that it's not the correct answer. So you can keep them a little bit in your toes, okay? So take a look at the three sentences, simple ones, and let's see based on the pictures. Who wants to do the first one?
Me?
Okay, go ahead.
We stayed at a country inn.
And okay, now, which is the correct one?
The first one.
The first
first
one with a double N, even
with the
though
one.
I have the picture of the toys in the box.
Preposition. Mhm.
Yes, the preposition. That's what I meant when I say you have to trick your students to keep them on your toes, because they will say, oh no, if they follow the mechanics, if they learn the mechanics, and we know that students do that, they're gonna say, oh, it's in the first one. And that is telling you like, nah, read the sentence again. Okay?
Mhm.
All right, the next one.
Protect yourself from the sun's rays, R-A-Y-S.
Yes, the first one. Yes. Sunblock, in other words. And the last one.
The dog have a long tail. T-A-I-L.
Tail, yes, the tail. And also, you know, the whales it can have, or their mermaids used to have a tail. All right. Now, those are options to introduce the homophones. It's like a warming up with the students. Now, if you do have the students like after 2 or 3 in the mechanics, say, teacher, no, it's bored, let's do another thing, or let's try to present the same content in another form, you can use jokes. It is amazing now how easy to find. It is easy to find on internet jokes that present situations, funny situations with homophones, okay? Ready? You can use the images. One volunteer for reading.
Anyone, please?
Me?
Okay.
Salvador?
Okay. Look for the bare necessities, or are they bare necessities?
All right. I know. Why, you know, Baloo and Molly, this is one of my favorite Walt Disney movies, okay? And it's one of the popular songs, you know, bare necessities, but also you can play with the bare necessities. So you're talking about what Mother Nature can give you, or are you talking about what you need exactly, okay? Any other volunteer?
Anyone else? Sunilda, Silvia, Santiago, Salvador, Raj, Mulu, Micaela, Margarita, Isabel, Ervin, Edgar, Consuelo.
Ooh, a lot of people on the spot.
A lot of people in the screen.
Go for it.
Okay, I read, I can't, I won't, I couldn't, I mustn't, I can't, I won't, I couldn't, I ain't. What do I do?
I love it.
Finish reading, come on.
That's my problem these days. What do I do, Doc? The contractions are coming one after the other.
One after another, okay? The contractions. Okay, so here, I know, it's funny. I use it with my adults class and they were just laughing. I needed to give them a couple of minutes before continuing actually with the class. All right. Now,
because they feel identified with it.
Yes. But at the same time, which is the word, which is the homograph here that it's being used? Contractions.
Contractions.
Right. And most of the time we use the word contraction in order to explain the grammar to our students And there is a list of the contractions. But we never realized, I never realized like, hey, contractions have another meaning. And even though I'm teaching teenagers or adults, it's like, come on, you have to learn how to use the same word in a different context. So yes, I love it too, Jaime. I really love it when I found it. And so contractions are coming. Yes, they're coming one after another one.
So next time I'll go to the doctors, I will, he will ask me, what's your problem, Jaime? I will say, I can't, I won't, I couldn't, I mustn't, I can't. And he will say, contractions.
If that doctor also has an English background, I'm sure
Of course.
I'm sure he will get the job, the joke. Okay, let's another one. Let's do another one. Okay, another volunteer. Come on.
Anyone, come on. Remember, there is a ticket from your country right to Machu Picchu, Peru.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah.
Lovely place. Okay. It's okay. The situation is about the test and the boy finding, finding the results. So there'll be a real scene when that gets, come on, complete the sentence. And what's the joke? Do you think the father is going to be happy with that result?
Are we looking for there will be a real scene like SC, like a scene, like a picture?
Uh-huh.
When dad gets a load of these C minuses, C like the letter C minus.
Right, right. And another scene, it's, you know, like on the stage or a scene or something, but also a scene is in the class. That means that somebody's going to get mad because of the results.
Yeah.
And that dad or that father or mother is going to probably yell at him or talk to him. And that's putting on the scene. So this is a sentence where you play with lots of sounds.
Yeah.
Because B in there is the animal, like I presented you in a little a picture in one of the previous slides, but it's the verb to be. And real also, and sin also, and the whole sentence is actually working with sounds and providing different.
So it starts with the B first, like instead of the BEE, it's a B.
Uh-huh.
And then real is real.
Right.
Is that what you mean? Yeah. So there's about 4, I think, or 4.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I think. And the minus and the C minus.
Yeah. C minus as opposed to C minus.
Right. Right. Okay. It's okay. Another volunteer. Come on.
I'll fight you with my bare hands. Oh dear.
Your bare hands, right? Now, and then the bear says, oh dear. Okay. See? So those are kind of funny situations. Now, those are some of the homophones. Okay. And in the picture, you're playing with the verb to meet, spaghetti meatball. All right. Now, ready to work? I told you, do you need it? A piece of paper, a notebook, or something? If you want, you can take a minute and think in your favorite homophones, the ones that you like to play with, okay? Or you can take any of the homophones that you have right there on the slide, which is a list of some, because believe me, there are tons of homophones in English. And what I want you to do is try to put a sentence where you can include a funny situation, like the ones that I have presented before. You can start like we did in the first slide, simple sentences, comparing the two meanings, or you can use it like in the last picture, having 2, 3 same sounds, but with different meanings. And let's see how it works, okay? I'm gonna let you work individually first for probably a minute. And then if the technology helps, I can take you to breakout rooms so you can share your sentences and let's see what we can discover from each other. All right, ready? Those are the instructions just in case somebody needs to look at them. Okay, you're gonna take a minute. You're gonna choose your favorite homophones. Maybe you can use some of the homophones from the list. I can go back to the slide just in case. And then work with them. And don't worry too much about the grammar at this point, okay? Because sometimes you have to push them in it and be ready to share, okay? So 1 minute. And then I'll try to organize the Oh, Santiago is saying I will begin to drive now. Sorry, can't participate. Well, it's okay, Santiago. We do what we need to do. Thank you for sharing with us. Safe. Yeah, drive safe. Bye-bye. All right. Now let's see if I can find the okay. Let's see. All right. Oh, no breakout rooms in this. Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, there are.
Okay, I'm looking for them.
Go to the 3 dots, 3 points on the left, on the right, below.
Okay, I'm doing it.
And then you will find sección de grupos.
Oh, there you go. Okay, thank
Okay.
you. Yes, I found it. I found it. Okay, good. So let's see. Jaime, you're playing, right?
Let me stay here with 2 or 3 people. So people in Facebook Live, they can watch us and listen to us.
Okay, so.
Good morning to Mary Goodman.
Oh,
Hello, Mary
Mary.
Goodman. She's using Patrick Valencia's computer, she said. Welcome.
Okay. Okay, so we go. We go. Okay. And I'm assigning. Salvador, and then no, that's okay. That's okay. All right. Now you have been designated to some of the
Rooms?
the rooms. Raj, you're staying with us, and Mary, you're staying with us. So, and I have one more person. Okay, Mary, good to see you. She's all the way from the United States.
Hello, Mary.
Florida. All
Hello,
right.
everybody. Hi. I took me forever to get in here. I had to use my son's computer and I had problems. Okay,
That's
so
okay.
I'm just
But
following along with you guys.
But you are in now, so welcome,
Okay.
dear Mary.
That's okay. That's okay. All right. So we have 1 or 2 minutes. Would you like to try to put together something with the homophones, with a list, a sentence, a situation, funny one, or we can just be, be here and wait.
I can
All right.
start one.
Okay, go ahead, Raj.
The queen was on the throne, Throne, and the man was thrown from the boat.
Yes.
Thrown.
Yeah, perfect, perfect. That's a good combination.
I love this. I'm enjoying learning this.
I'm glad. I'm glad. I'm glad. I really have to say that I like homophones. And if you ever attend one of the webinars of my dear friend, Mary Goodman, you will enjoy it too, because she works with pronunciation.
So
every-
taking advantage of your comment, we could invite Mary Goodman to give us some Sunday, one of these Sundays, a presentation, if you want, to dear Mary.
Especially with pronunciation, because no, she's a native, so she attended COPE Congress. Jaime. So,
yeah, remember.
And she's excellent with pronunciation. She works with homophones, homonyms, different sentences.
If she's your friend, she's our friend, and she's great. I'm sure of that.
Thank you.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Yes. Okay. I just put you on the spot, Mary. All right. Now we're going to stop the meetings so we can go back and see what they have created. Sentences with different funny situations.
They're coming back.
They're coming back. Okay, good. Yes. Okay. All right. Yes, some of them are coming back. All right, for the ones that are back with us, would you like to share your sentences? Did you learn something? Did you practice something? Oh, well, oh no, but they still have 18 seconds. Okay. Okay, we still have to wait 9 seconds. 6 now. And there. Okay, all of them have been finished. Okay, now everybody's back. So let's see, anybody interested in sharing the sentences? What did you learn from your peer, with your partner?
Edgar Contreras, a question. Where are you from?
Yes, sir. I am from Colombia. I live in Cartagena.
Welcome, dear Edgar.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Go on, Edgar.
Okay, I just wrote 2 of them, but I don't know if there is a joke. I can write a letter with my right hand. And the other one is my son, but it doesn't, I mean, my son told me a lie when he was like a sunny day, but.
Very good.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, right. You, the verb of writing the letter and then your right hand. Very good.
Yeah.
And the other one is lion. Yes, that's
Lie.
Yes, very good. Thank you for sharing. Somebody else?
I had another one. My son wrote a song. My son wrote a song with the sun.
Ah, there you go. 3 in a row. Good. Okay. Somebody else.
I have one. It's supposed to be like a joke. It's an old joke.
Come on, Mary.
As old as me.
That's okay.
It's I'm on the seafood diet. I see food and I eat it.
Well done. Well done.
That's a very good one, Mary.
One.
Yeah, but hey, you play with the words sea and sea, right? With the ocean and yeah, you're on the sea diet. Yeah.
I love the seafood diet.
The seafood diet.
And I eat it.
Yes, yes.
That's why I'm so overweight.
I'm in the same diet, Mary. You know, I'm in the same diet. Okay, and anybody else would like to share? Or in the chat if you want to? No?
Anyone? Sunilda, Patrick, Mulu Elousai, Margarita Mora, Karina Chicora. Anyone?
That's okay.
Hello, everyone. How are you?
Hello, Mulut.
Yes,
Hello.
that's me.
Where are you from, Mulut?
I'm from Morocco.
Oh, welcome all the way down to Morocco. What time is
Yes,
it
thank
over
you.
there? What time is it over there?
Yeah, it's 4:30.
Oh,
AM.
welcome, dear Mulut. Is that the way?
Sorry,
Is,
PM.
is your name well pronounced, Mulut?
That's right.
Thank you. Go on, Mulut, and welcome. Well, next one.
Sorry.
No,
sorry.
go. Mulut.
I'm a kind of busy, okay?
Okay. Thank you so much. Somebody else?
Yeah.
Thank you for participating.
Yeah, thank you for being here.
Yes. Okay. Somebody else? That's okay. Let's continue. All right. Now, those.
Mine is
Mulut, he wants to
Mine
talk.
is sun and sun. Okay, my son is enjoying sunshine at the beach.
All right. Very good. Yes. Your son is enjoying the sun on the beach. Very good. Okay.
So, sorry to interrupt others. Sorry.
No, that's
okay.
okay.
Go ahead.
Please. Here we pay people who participate. We give them prizes. Free tickets everywhere.
Yes. Free tickets everywhere.
I work for chocolate.
Okay.
You can pay me in chocolate.
Okay.
That is true. That is true. You need to give chocolate to Mary.
I will, from Arequipa.
Oh, lovely. Okay, come on. We're among teachers, we're among friends. So sometimes we just overlap our sentences. Anybody interested in sharing what you were able to put together? It doesn't have to, to be
Okay,
your
can I
sentence.
try?
Okay, go. Come on,
Yes.
go.
Yes, I did it like a small dialogue, and it says, don't forget to write the information in the format and put it on the right file. Over here, yes, that's right.
Perfect. Very good. Okay. And that's exactly what we want. We want our students to start feeling comfortable with the words and playing with the words. Okay. Now, another option of working with vocabulary. Yeah, we're not going to do that because we already did. Okay. The jokes like the one that Mary presented. Okay, these are all jokes also. Okay, I'm going to read the first one. Why is 6 afraid of 7? Because 7, 8, 9.
That's exactly what I was going to ask. Come on, Irma.
It's an old friend. It's an old joke. It's an old
I
joke.
know.
What was it? Why 6 is afraid of 7?
Because 7, 8, 9.
Yes, because 7, 8, 9. Yes.
Yeah, he was hungry.
Verb to eat in the past, 8.
Yes,
Great.
very good.
There. But I'm playing with the numbers. 7, 8, 9. Okay. Now the second one is, why was a pepper cold? Because it was chilly. Okay.
Are you showing, Irma, are you showing us the PPT, those sentences, those jokes? Are you showing them?
Yes, it's part of the PowerPoint.
Oh, yeah. Now I can see them. Sorry.
You can see it now? That's okay. Now, you can also play like the do not worry, be happy, the donut, the do not, okay, and the worry. And also, if you want to go a little bit farther and your students are being comfortable with this kind of exercises, you can share like, you can create situation like this one. If I write like what Rosie just presented, if I write to the right person, I will get the right answer, okay? Which is very common, right and right. Or you can dream like the last one. I would like to meet a handsome knight to have a good night.
What did you say about me? The what? Were you talking about me?
Yes, we all know you're a handsome knight.
Thank you so much. Well, I was worried about night.
Oh, the second one.
Yeah, the night.
Don't worry. Okay.
Come on,
Another.
teacher, you're not the one, the only one here.
Oh,
Thank you so
good
much,
for
Mulos.
you. Good
But
for you.
you are also the one over there in Morocco, dear Mulos.
Yeah, thank you so much.
No, thank you, please. You sound very young, Mulut. How old are you? Sorry, the
Yes,
Latin
I'm
American.
33.
Ah,
Wow, you're a baby.
yes.
Really?
You're a
Yeah.
baby.
I'm a toddler, not a baby.
Okay, okay, I'll take that. You're a toddler, not a baby. Okay, now, you already did that, so we're gonna skip it, and I know you can do it. Another way, homographs are different, okay? We have been working with homophones. Homographs are different because these are words that they're written exactly the same way. May have a different pronunciation, but most of them, they do have the same pronunciation. And of course, way different meanings, okay? So homographs are written in the same form, the same spelling with different things, okay? For example, okay, any volunteer for reading the first sentence? I'm gonna be clapping so you can take turns in reading, okay? Go.
Jack hit the bat with his bat by accident.
Yes, which one is the animal? The first one or the second one?
The first one.
The first one is animal. Go. Next.
The mouse chewed up the cable of the mouse.
Okay. Which is the animal?
The first. First.
Uh-huh. Very good. That little animal that we don't like. I don't like. I'm sorry. Okay. Next one.
The minute sugar crystals dissolved in water within a minute.
Okay. Different pronunciation.
Yeah,
Right, Mary?
minute and minute.
Minute and minute. Very
Yep.
good. Thank you. Next.
Anyone?
Anyone?
Irene mom, sorry.
Who's
I ring
reading?
mom and tell her about the ring I got for her.
Okay. Which one is the phone?
The ring, the first
verb.
one. I
The
ring mom.
first one. Yeah, it's the verb. Okay. Next.
Despite having successful projects, Bill projects himself as a humble man.
As a humble man. Yes.
Hello,
Projects are-
Cynthia. Sorry, Irma. Where are you from, Cynthia?
I'm from Peru.
Oh, what part of Peru are you from?
And Lima.
Oh, welcome, dear Cynthia.
No,
Thank you for participating. Okay, and the last one. Any volunteer?
Okay.
Go.
Alice took a right turn at the right time to not lose sight of the right rabbit.
Okay, yeah.
To not lose sight. If it's lose sight, it's got one O, not two O's.
Yeah, there is a typo. Yes,
Yeah,
thank you, Mary.
To lose sight.
Mhm.
Margarita Mora, where are you from?
Guayaquil, Ecuador.
Oh, welcome.
Oh, I know.
The lovely and beautiful.
Hello, Miss Irma.
I know that voice. I know that voice. Hi, Margarita. So happy you're here.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Margarita.
She's an English teacher. Yeah, okay. All right, so those are the examples of the homographs. And we're gonna keep working with this. All right. Any volunteer for reading?
People talk about tree bark. I've never heard a tree bark.
Yes. Funny, right?
Well, this is a dog's dialogue.
It's a dog's dialogue and they're talking about their
Ah.
tree. Okay, and it's bark and bark, written exactly the same, but one is a verb, okay, barking, roof, roof, and the other one
Yeah.
is the cover of the tree. Okay. Thank you. Now, oops. Wait,
Frozen.
okay, there. Another volunteer?
Edgar, go.
I sound funny I sound funny? Yeah, I'm calling from my cell phone.
Yeah, the cell phone. All right.
My cell phone.
So he's not using a mobile phone. He's in jail. That's for sure.
No.
And okay. Volunteer for reading.
Mulut, I guess he wanted to read the last one. Mulut,
No, I wanted to say something, not to read.
please
Go
do
ahead.
it. Go ahead.
Okay, there was a person in a foreign country, maybe in a British country, or I don't know.
Uh-huh.
So he wanted to park his car.
Uh-huh.
And
so he asked the person who is dealing with that park, and he said, "Can I park here?" He responded by, "You can park anywhere you want, but don't park here."
Okay. You can
Park and
anywhere.
bark.
Yes,
Yes.
park and bark.
Park and park. Yes, 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 yes. That reminds me also, was an honest mistake when somebody was learning the expression kidding you, and she heard killing you. So she started making, oh, it's so fun. I want to killing you. I
That-
have so much fun. I'm killing you. And it's like, no, it's kidding you. But
Just like this ship was in the storm, and they were calling a Russian base, and they were saying, "We are sinking, we are sinking," and the Russian soldier said, what are you thinking about?
That's exactly like the contractions, right? But with the urgency of being survived.
Thinking and thinking.
Yes, thinking and
So
thinking.
this one is the present is indeed a present. So
Yes.
the present, the today, is a gift for God, from God.
It is a gift from God. Yes, and we have to take advantage of it. Thank you. Next one. Can you read it?
Never desert your friend in the desert.
Yes, never desert your friend in the desert. And the last one.
Anyone?
You rock, you rule.
Cynthia?
You rock, you rule.
You rock, you rule. Okay.
I love that dialogue.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. Now, if you wonder, those are some of the homographs that you are going to find. Okay. Written the same word, the same way, the same spelling, pronunciation, most of them very similar or the same, but with way two different meanings. Like, for example, does. What does it mean? Does, it can be do, does, the third person with a verb to do, or does is the plural of what animal? Anybody?
I think you mean does.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
One
so
doe,
does.
two does.
Does.
So the
okay.
pronunciation would be different here. Does, does, but the
There you
spelling's the
go.
same.
Exactly.
Spelling's the same.
Exactly.
So
Now-
sometimes the pronunciation's the same, sometimes the pronunciation's different,
Yes.
but the
Okay.
spelling is the same.
That's the same. Yes, yes, yes. And the does and the does is a very common and honest mistake on students that are learning English. And it's difficult for them to relate. Okay, anybody would like to read one of the homographs and then make a sentence? We already used desert and dessert.
I was going to say, Irma, another thing with the pronunciation is sometimes it's the same spelling, but the stress is on a different part of the word, like with produce and produce.
Correct.
With produce, it's the noun, but to produce is the verb.
Yes.
So the spelling is the same, the meaning is different, but the stress is on the wrong, on a different syllable.
Syllable, right.
Like
Say-
refuse and refuse.
Right.
So this
Okay.
happens sometimes with some of these that can be nouns or verbs.
Uh-huh, all right. See, Jaime, why I told you? She's good for pronunciation webinars.
Of course,
for English teachers.
I've realized, and definitely she will be with us in one of our international meetings, one of these Sundays, right?
Okay,
Mary?
yes.
Thanks a
Mary,
lot.
you're just on the spot. Now there's no way that you can escape.
I think I have a
But
sentence.
she's good. She's good in that. Most of the people that have attended her webinars or workshops face-to-face in the times that we organize the different congresses, they have been taking a lot of advantage of exercises with pronunciation with her. Mary, would you help me out? Read some of the homographs, not all of them. I don't want you to get tired.
Well, the first one again, does or does, if it's a plural of the animal.
Mhm.
Second, like I second the motion, or the second student in the line. Attribute. I'm trying to think where you have the other one. Oh, attribute. Attribute would be a noun, and to attribute would be the verb.
There you go.
Buffet. I know, the other one would be buffet.
Yes.
It would be totally pronounced different.
Yeah.
Content, content.
Right.
So again, content, content.
Mhm.
And that's an example where we're stressing a different syllable.
All right.
Contract and to
Mhm.
contract.
Of course, yes. To
So
get contagions, to
there was your-
acquire something. Like
that
we
was
don't
your-
need to contract the COVID. That's something that
And
we have
your-
to protect.
Like desert, someone in the desert. That was the
Mhm.
example you gave before.
Yes.
Discount. Trying to
Mhm.
think. Don't discount him. I guess that would be the same.
Okay.
Wound and wound. The pronunciation is totally different there.
Yes.
Wound, wound.
Wound is when you get
Wound is like herida, like
right, like an ayayay on you.
yeah, wound.
Mhm.
But
Mhm.
wound is like all wound up.
Mhm.
Compact, which would be the adjective, and
Uh-huh.
other compact and trying to think.
Compact.
Compact,
Okay.
yeah, compact,
Okay.
compact, compact.
Mhm. Right. Thank you,
Fine.
Mary.
Yeah, yeah.
Thank you. Thank
Okay.
you. I don't want to use you, okay?
Okay.
But that was like a warming up, like a little flavor of how the pronunciation workshops with you actually go. All right. Now, those are some of the homographs, like I was saying. So you know the drill. Choose a couple of words and then try to put them in with the two different meanings, okay? I'm gonna give you 1 minute and then we're gonna share again, all right? I'm not gonna take you to breakout rooms because of the time. I don't wanna take much time from you because remember, we all have to cook or do something. But whoever has the first sentences, would you please share with us?
I can share one. This is a precious object, or I object to this motion.
Yes, you oppose or it's a thing that you appreciate. Yes, very good. Thank you, Raj. Somebody else.
He was leading the team to put the lead in the box.
Okay, lead in, yes, and the lead. Somebody else?
The produce was produced. The produce was produced in Chile or something.
Okay, all right.
Not very.
Yes. No, but that's okay. It's a sentence. And remember, we are not counting if it's great or has mistakes. It's just, we're practicing. We're just exercising.
I think, Irma, I don't know, you'd have to talk also about maybe have like some that are more basic, maybe some of the more intermediate, some of the more advanced. Because
Right.
as far as I could see, these would be kind of like more of advanced. People have a pretty good command already of vocabulary to know that,
Right.
oh, one's a noun, one's a verb. If it's a noun, it's pronounced like this. If it's a verb, it's pronounced a different way, that kind of thing.
Yeah,
So
right.
it would not be for like some basic class.
No, no, no. But what I'm trying to include in this workshop is
Right.
how you can introduce them.
Right,
And
sure.
the first slides were, you know, simple structure. So now this is more advanced level. Yeah, it's kind of a challenge, but it's something that we need to practice. So one more example. Anybody else?
Yes, may I?
Go.
Please go on, Consuelo.
Yes, I'm not fine because I got a fine.
Yeah, perfect. Yes, yes.
Consuelo,
Fine.
where are you from? Sorry, Consuelo.
I'm from Lima.
Welcome,
Peru.
dear Consuelo. Peru. Okay.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
Thank you. Somebody else?
The vessel bowed to the starboard, but the bow was too high.
Okay.
The vessel bowed to starboard, but the bow was too high.
Okay. All right. Yes, thank you. Thank you for sharing. We're going to continue, okay? We already did this. The picture also is related to one of the homographs, the drill. Remember, most of the time we say in our classes, you know the drill now, you have to do it. Okay, another way to present homophones and homographs is in short reading. So I'm gonna clap, and as a volunteer, whoever wants to read, we're gonna go reading. And every time that I clap, somebody else take the turn, okay? Go.
Mr. Bass wanted to surprise his wife with a ring. He steps out on the bank of the river to fill his piggy bank with some quarters. On and on he went, strumming the strings of his bass until all the animals gathered around him.
Thank you. Somebody else.
With not enough.
Go on, Marta.
Hi, guys.
Hi. Go on.
See, with not enough book, he remembered Mr. Crow or Mr. Crow once wanted to buy his bus. He picked his phone and gave Crow a ring and stood a deal. He exchanged his bus with he loved so dearly for the money.
Money. Thank you. Somebody else.
Okay, can I finish?
Sure, please.
When Bas gave his wife the ring, he also gifted him something in return. Bas opened the gift and to his sweet surprise, found the bus he had sold. Any details for an ending?
Yeah, before doing the ending, how many or which are the words that are homophones or homographs that you can recognize? In the first sentence, for example?
Ring.
Ring, okay. Yes. Another one?
Bank.
Bank, okay.
Bass.
Picoot.
Bass, and sorry, say that again.
Picoot. Piquet.
Piquet.
Yeah.
Which line, Martha?
He picked his phone. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
He picked his phone.
Yes, he picked his phone and gave Ruth a ring.
A ring, okay. A ring, that's another homophone. Yes. Another one? Bass. Somebody say bass.
Bass. Yeah, bass.
Bass, which is in here, the last, you know, the last name of the Mr. Bass, but bass is also the instrument that you play. Any other one that you can recognize?
Struck a deal.
He struck a deal, struck like a homophone or homograph. Okay, maybe. And nothing else? Okay. All right, bass is also what? It's a kind of a fish, right? So you have, yeah, so you have the minutes. Okay. Now, like you can see in the slide, you have a 3-paragraph reading. Okay, you can create your own readings. And as part of a reading activity, you may ask the students, okay, put a title and then find an ending. All right, what title could you give to this paragraph, to this short reading? Mr. Bass, that can be.
Big surprise, wonderful
big
surprise.
Wonderful surprise, big surprise. Okay, what about the ending? What ending could you provide?
Strumming.
Strumming.
Strumming. Something.
Okay. So the ending of the story could be what? Like a happy ending, or Mr. Bass was happy with his wife? Something simple like that, okay? It's all right. We can continue. Now,
just a reminder, Irma, we got 5 more minutes.
Oh my goodness. All right. So
don't worry, don't panic. Don't worry, don't panic.
I'm not gonna panic. Okay, but I have a couple of more exercises. Okay, I'm gonna skip the close, which is another reading activity. I'm sure you have done it. You provide the words and you fill in, and then the students read with exactly the same strategy. I like to do it like that. You clap, you don't say the name of the student, but they keep, reading. At that time, you keep the students on your toes, and you don't have the pressure of giving a name and putting somebody in the spot. So we're not going to do that because I want you to do this, okay? Think now in endings. This is another way of working vocabulary, okay? Only the endings of the words. For example, LE. And let's imagine your student provided apple, pineapple, purple, table, vegetable, and cable. What can you do with that? You can start creating simple sentences like I like apples, but I don't like to give examples. Or I like people and I like pineapples. Or lots of people like apples and pineapples. Okay, it's kind of a tongue twister at the end.
Yeah.
But it's a way of introducing, reviewing, reinforcing, and probably showing and teaching actually one of a vocabulary, okay? Now, if you can go farther than that, you can get inspiration. And I'm telling you now, if you have never done this before, it's gonna take a while, but please, I encourage you to do it. You practice with your own words that you know, you play with them, and you can create something new, something unique. And if you do have 20 students or 40 students or 100 students, you're gonna have authentic material that you will not be able to find nowhere else, okay? So look at that short verse or kind of poem that you can create. In a house colored purple live lots of people who eat vegetables, apples, and pineapples. They always use the table, giving a good example to all who felt comfortable, okay? Things like that. Because we don't have time, we're not gonna do this, but we're gonna try this, okay? Like I like to eat an apple and I like people. I also like pineapple, but I don't like a riddle. Broccoli is my favorite vegetable. My bed is very comfortable. My pink pillow is adorable, and I'm not miserable. If you want, you can also use social media situations, which is something that the students like. And now with the pandemic, was everybody, it's, you know, very attentive to what's going on. So everybody knows Prince Harry, right? And what's going on with Meghan Markle. So you may like to do something. Volunteer for reading? That short?
Anyone, please?
Marco is at the table being checked as respectable. Maybe she will be able to learn to be like.
Uh-huh. All right. It's only the ending, the endings of the words they have to put together. And my suggestion is to advise and suggest to students to put it at the end of every sentence. Okay? For example, you can ask the students, and if you have the notebook close to you, you can write or try to make a list of the words with the ending with EM, okay? After that, you write sentences like the one you have in there. I'm trying to write a poem, which is not a modern problem. A poem is an item that can turn into an anthem. Now, what are we doing with this kind of exercises? We're working with pronunciation, but also we're working with intonation. And without telling them, they're putting together the sentences into a verse. Okay? And that's something that we can create. Anybody has something with the ending of EM? If you don't have it, you can read the second example if you want to.
It may seem that it's hard to self-redeem. So here is a requiem for myself, requiem for my self-esteem.
Thank you. Very good. Very good. Okay.
You're not worrying about grammar at all here or errors or whatever. You're just letting the students write whatever.
Right.
Because
right.
that it's hard, you're missing the it is, which is just frequent mistake for Spanish speakers.
Yeah, I know. But no, I mentioned it at the beginning. Don't worry about the grammar. We're working with the sounds.
Okay.
With the
The other thing is with this kind of endings, you could, if you're teaching suffixes, endings of words.
Yes.
Verb endings, noun endings, adjective endings, adverb endings.
Right.
If you want to work on that.
You can expand all these ending things into so many different grammar exercises if you want to, or you can keep it in pronunciation, playing with the sounds. What I wanted to show you is an alternative for starting with the fluency, because if you include the word grammar, then most of the students, especially if they're adults, they just freak out. They're blocked themselves. It's like, no, it has to go according to the proper grammar. Like, this is there is a mistake. But the goal here is play with the words, play with the sounds, put together sentences that sound almost the same. Because like here, okay, you were talking about, ending suffixes and different things. Those are words that maybe you recall or you can connect, and you can work on the sentences and creating and small verbs like we just did. Okay. Now, why? Because I'm sure nobody teaches rhymes in the English classes. Most of them because it's connected to poetry. And every time that you say, I used to say to my teenager students, like, okay, let's try to write a poem. It's like, they freak out. It's like a poetry, Ma. No, miss, that's for girls. I used to teach only boys school at that time. So it's like a poem. No, we're not poem. No, we cannot write a poem. No, you're a crazy teacher. No, forget it. We're not going to do it. Okay. So we have to trick our students. Okay. We have to make them feel that they're playing with the words. That's why I call this workshop Playing with the Words. And not telling them that they're actually writing simple sentences, maybe not with a perfect grammar. They're being able to connect one idea of a sentence with the next one. And at the end, because they're using the same ending, they're creating their own rhymes. For example, Jaime, would you like to read that, please?
A baby makes lots of noise, also throws her toys, and when she sings, everybody hears her voice.
Okay, see, noise, voice, toys, and the S, she sings. That's probably the one that was not perfect, but I wanted to create this one, okay? And it's a rhyme, and we don't work with rhymes, and we need them because it's part of our tools or one of the strategy to practice intonation, up and down, up and down, up and down, which is something. I don't think we have a time, Jaime, right, to create our own rhymes.
Right, we
Okay.
don't, unfortunately, Irma.
That's okay, that's okay. Always happens with me. I prepare a lot of material and it's like, God, I don't have the time.
It happens to all professionals and best speakers, believe me.
Yeah, okay. Now, I'm gonna show you then examples before wrapping up, okay? So Raj, would you like to read that, please?
I'll read. I like myself. I'm glad I'm me. There's no one else I'd rather be. I like my eyes, my ears and nose. I like my fingers and my toes.
Okay, see? Sounds.
But I don't like my big fat stomach.
I was going to say something, but no, you did it for me.
Well, there is always something we don't like about ourselves.
There is something, but we have to be positive and we have to play with these simple words. Like this is level 1 vocabulary, eyes, ears, nose, fingers, toes. Okay, maybe myself, on the expression I'd rather be. But see, you can put together and it's a rhyme. Okay, now this is something that I created. I'm going to read it. I like my age. It's true. I like my language. I'm glad I don't live in a cage or in an unhappy marriage. I needed to find courage to end that passage. Sometimes to put on a bandage, it is an advantage. Okay? You're telling the
Can I read
story.
this one? It's wonderful.
Go.
Please, Mulot. Go on, Mulot.
I like my age. I like my language. I'm glad I don't live in a cage or in an unhappy marriage. I needed to find courage to end that passage. Sometimes to put on a bandage, it is an advantage.
It is. You can say that again.
Okay, I'm glad you like it. I put it.
A good toddler, he can read really well.
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. Very good. Very good. Very advanced level for a toddler. Okay. Now, as you can compare, the first one, it's description. The second one is telling you a story. You will be surprised about the creativity of your students. You never know where they're going to take you if you give them the freedom to play, to create with the sounds and to adapt. Don't pay attention to the grammar. I know Mary and I'm sure most of us here were grammar freaks, we want to correct, but not in the first steps, especially if you're teaching the homophones, the homographs, and now taking them to the rhyme. Now, see the words that end with H? Those are some of the words that I found before making my own rhyme about the age and the language and the marriage and the bandage. Okay? Now, you can also create your own situation, and students love when you share something that it's yours, that it's part of life. So since I'm a brand new grandma, I created this. Mary, would you like to read it, please?
Yeah, can I?
Grandma, I love you. I love coming to stay. I feel great hanging out with you. Love to spend with you all day. I love that I always learn with you and I can also play.
I really hope that my grandson, who is right now 5 months old, is going to be 6, hopefully feels that way. And yeah, that's a real picture. That's me fascinated, contemplated Jose Antonio, and the one that is standing in the back with the orange dress is my daughter. Now, I know Jaime likes the word that ends with UDE. So I created this one, okay? One volunteer for reading this verse, rhyme.
Anybody quickly, because we're running out of time, please. I need to cook, Irma, remember?
Yes, me too, me too.
Don't be rude.
Go
Don't
on,
be
Marta.
rude. Hi. Don't be rude with people who show their hair nude. This will help you elude offending others, including your dude.
Your dude, okay? And the one that I created for our dear Jaime, because he loves that, is we may exclude people with bad attitude because they're like a prelude of not feeling gratitude, okay? Because
You can say that again. You can say that again.
That's for sure, yeah. They are a prelude of not feeling gratitude, okay? Now, let's wrap up. Why homophones and homographs? That you can find all of them under the name of honeymoons, because in my case, I never taught it, I never practiced, I never introduced this topic before. And we do need to do it because we need to help our students to stop being confused on how tricky English language is, okay? By the same time, at the same time that working with the sounds and the way that they spell, we are teaching what? Reading and writing, without telling them that we're working, reading and writing with different strategies. Of course, you can practice pronunciation, but also it's an easy way to introduce writing rhymes and poems and stories with a different structure. It's going to be hard in the beginning. You need to do it yourself. You need to go through the process yourself before getting into the class. But it's worth it. If you try it, I really hope you do. I'm sure you can copy any of these exercises. You're more than welcome. I'm sure you can make it better. And as Mary's explained before, you can expand it in so many directions, in so many ways. But most importantly, don't lose the fun in discovering the sounds, in putting together the words and playing with them. Just in case anybody wants to contact me or wants the PowerPoint presentation, if you think it's worth it, there is my email in there. Jaime also has it, but you can take a picture. Most of my students take pictures.
Thank you so much. The session was wonderful.
Oh, I'm sure. Well, remember, you're one in a million, okay? So we have to keep trying to make it the change in the world, because that's one of the rules. So please don't think that you are too old. We always have a goal, and we have to keep a dream and turn that into a new dream. So thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for taking your time. Okay, I'm done. I finished, I promise.
Yeah, a penalty, 9 minutes.
No, no way. No.
You will get a fine, but it's fine.
But
you
it's
will get a fine, but
fine.
it's fine, Irma.
It's fine with me. Yes.
Could you please stop sharing your screen, please?
Yes, of course. Yes.
Thank God this is a very friendly and sociable group, so do not worry anybody here. So just as usual, let me tell you that I like when teachers are challenged, when we are challenged, because that's what we do with our students, and the fear that we feel to participate here, and we are afraid of making mistakes in pronunciation, or what about if I make a mistake, everybody's listening to me, and wow, what are they going to think? Something else, you were playing more than with words, you were playing with our brain, Irma, and that's good exercise for people like me who are 58. Making mistakes is okay.
Yes.
That is something that I always love about these webinars, because making mistakes, if we don't make them, we won't learn to be better. And
I'm a native speaker and I make mistakes.
Of course.
So it's, of course, you know, non-native people are gonna make mistakes.
Yeah, but that's the idea we've got in our, yeah.
Yeah,
Thank
just
you
let
for,
the students know, native speakers make mistakes all the time. Especially on the internet, especially on Facebook.
yeah,
And grammar and spelling is horrible. Ugh.
Thank you, Mary, for saying that. I just remember some of the presidents. Sorry.
Yeah.
So that's okay. And the best thing is that you make us leave our comfort zone.
Yeah.
And that is good because we understand that we are human beings, no matter if we are PhD, master, or whatever. So thank you so much, Irma. And the president of our association will say express her gratitude to you, Irma. Raj.
Oh my, right on the spot, Raj.
Yes.
Well, Irma, you said you would play with words. It certainly was play. And I loved how everybody engaged and put their input in. And as you said, don't get caught up with the structure. Have the fun with learning. And I think that was fun. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Somebody else who wants to express his or her gratitude to Irma?
Oh, thank you, Consuelo, in the chat. Thank you. And I wrote my email address just in case you want to contact me. I'll be happy to share my
Or
PowerPoint.
whenever we go to Guayaquil.
Yes.
Yeah, su casa es mi casa.
Yes, of course.
I'm coming.
Okay, good for you, Raj. I'm waiting for you.
Okay,
And Jaime, you said you were coming first.
Yes, I'm coming as soon as the border is open. Buses are not going to your country because
Yeah, I
there
know.
was kind of conflict over there with some Peruvian people traveling over there. So
We're
thank you so
always
much
there.
once again, Irma, Raj,
pleasure.
Mary. I hope you accept our invitation and I will contact you.
Yeah.
So, okay, thanks a lot, Margarita, Micaela, Edgar in Colombia, Roxy, Consuelo, Mulut in Morocco. Thank you so much. Cynthia, Martha, Ricardo from Peru, Mario, and Sunilda, and all the people in Facebook Live. Have a very nice Sunday. See you in 2 weeks. Goodbye,
Thank you
everyone.
so much.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thanks for
Thank you very
coming.
much.
Thank you so much. Thank
Bye.
you very much.
Thank you. Bye,
Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye. Goodbye.
Bye-bye. And now we have to
Time
go
to
and
cook,
cook.
Irma.
Yes. Bye-bye.